Hey, so I was interviewed for CBC Radio a few days ago. It's gonna air on Saturday, which I don't know when I'm posting this video, so maybe it's today. One of the things that came up was, hi, fuck yeah, piss off. One of the things that came up was a job I had a few years ago. Fuck yeah. And why I was fired. So I kind of didn't tell the story in entirety, which is fine because I don't even think it sounds like they're not using it, but what happened was, so why do I know that I was fired because of Tourette syndrome from that job? Story's a little bit, hi, fuck yeah! A little long, I don't know, like, to be able to understand how I knew. These are the details. So, it was a cleaning job. Hi, garbage! It was really, really hard. The most difficult job physically that I've ever done. It was a lot of mopping. And it was in a large plant, like a big place. And there was a lot of mopping. It wasn't just mopping, but it was hard on my back. Physically, it was lots. They thought girls couldn't do it. And then I came along and says, I'm going to do it. And they kind of took a chance and they were like, we should just hire girls now because clearly girls are the ones that do it well. So I knew that I was doing a good job from that and from the fact that, hi, fuck yeah. The areas that I was cleaning, the people that worked in those areas were like, we love when you're the one cleaning our area because it actually gets done and it's actually clean, and there was piles and piles of disgusting dust that I was just getting rid of when no one else was. So I knew from that also I was doing a good job. Another thing, hi, fuck yeah, piss off. Okay, so inspectors came and they inspected the whole plant for the level of cleaning, whether it was done right. And they come back from the inspection, hi, garbage, and they're like, who does such and such a section, whatever it was called, I don't remember. And I'm like, they said because it was done so well. It was impeccable, like there's no other section like it. It was really well done. Who does it? And I'm standing there, I'm like, it was me. I did, and I was like, it was me. And they were like, well, kudos. So I knew I was doing a good job. That's the end of the whole self-congratulatory. Melissa did a great job, but there's a point later as to why I said it. Hi, fuck yeah. My ticks have been doing well for quite a while because I had a bite splint. I made a kind of a documentary episode for Tourette about it. You can, whatever that is in the stream of my too many videos. So my ticks were doing well, and I hadn't been having tick attacks for like 8 months. And at the time I was having like sleep apnea-like symptoms because of medication. It wasn't sleep apnea, but I was waking up not breathing. And so my daytime was like, I think partly maybe hyperventilation from panic of not breathing in the night. Or just, I don't know exactly what it was, but overall the meds were having a shitty effect. And they had to call the on-site, medics. And hi! And while the medic was there, I had a tick attack for the first time after 8 months. Probably the stress of the whole thing. And the bite splint was just not as effective anymore. Hi, garbage! So that was one time that they had to call the medics. And then, I think 2 days later, whatever the span of time, it's been a few years. Okay, so I have another tick attack. It's like lunch hour. And we're all sitting in the cafeteria, and I start spasming a lot. Hi, garbage! I start flying out of the chair, like Skippy the backwards flying squirrel. I bang my head. Anyone who wouldn't have seen it heard it because I banged my head. And I started, hi, fuck yeah, having large, full body tics that kind of look like epilepsy, for some that think so. Except that I'm awake. A lot of you know this because I talk about it endlessly all the time. But for those of you who don't, it looks like epilepsy. I'm just thrashing around, but it's tics. So this is happening, and they don't know what to do, which is normal. I mean, who knows what to do? But essentially, they could have at least been protecting my head because I knocked it again. I actually had a mild concussion after, not like projectile vomiting, but I was It is a mild congestion. And hi! They didn't call the on-site medics they didn't know what to do, so they weren't helping, but they also didn't call the on-site medics. And I didn't know exactly why. I didn't think much about it. I was a little busy ticking. But I find out after, that from my, not our boss, but the team manager, that if he had called the on-site medics, it would have looked bad on paper to have our department need, to have called them so soon together for the same person and for the same department. It would have looked bad on paper because they don't want to use up the resources of the plant. That's what I was told, and I was like a little, what? You let me thrash my head around again, like on the floor. I literally banged my head a second time because you didn't know what to do and you didn't call because it looks bad on paper. And fuck yeah. I was like, okay, and I kind of let it go, and I just kind of move on, you know? You do your job and you keep going, and I got a call about a week later from the big boss of the Department of Cleaning, and he tells me that I'm fired. And I'm like, okay, and he says the reason why is because I wasn't doing a sufficient job cleaning, which I knew for a fact I was doing a better job than anyone else there. They said so. Multiple people said so, and then when it was convenient to need to say it because I was looking bad on paper, I was suddenly gone. And they'll never say it, and I can't prove it, but the facts are I was doing a damn good job. Inspectors came there, said so, and I was fired because I apparently wasn't. A week after, it looked bad on paper. So that's how I can't prove it, and like I said, no one's gonna admit it other than me, but I'm fairly certain I was fired because, fuck yeah! Because I have Tourette syndrome. Maybe the yelling wouldn't have gotten me fired. I don't think so. Maybe the yelling wouldn't have gotten me fired, but the tick attacks, the looking bad on paper, that did it. So, that's my story. That's how okay, so the injustices of the world. But really, it wasn't a safe environment for me anyways, having tick attacks. I thought it was over. It wasn't. Okay, so that's my story. Sticking to it. Talk to you in a few.